Y'all tell everybody to come on the Figgity back. We are in the building. I don't know what the hell just happened. I don't know what the hell just happened, but it is all our fault. You hear me? Listen, the power didn't go out. The power didn't go out, but something happened where it said, it's almost like the enemy know I'm about to go in. Somebody somewhere said, we got to put a halt to this progress, this process. But guess what? We about to have at it. We about to have at it. You hear me? Tell everybody, share this with everybody. Say, bring your ass back on in here. I don't know what the hell happened. And I'm going to put it back out here. And I'm going to put this topic scene right back where it need to be. Huh? I'm going to do that because I can do that. Because I said about Frump. Again, episode 203. It's all our fault. Is Frump a fascist or racist? 2, message to my Latino Hispanic peoples. 3, we ain't left out either. 4, Dirk Diddy, etc. Self-explanatory. And the last but not least is our fault. I get blinked out. Brooklyn vibes. Come on back though. We back live. We back live. Young Drez, what's good? We back live. Come on over. Listen. They tried to stop the momentum, but they can't do it. Huh? Because when God is for you, who can be against you? You feel me? And I'm from uptown DC. All I know how to do is pivot. Huh? Pivot. Huh? Bob and weave, pause. Huh? Hook off the jab. All that. Huh? So I ain't worried about the bullshiggery that they just tried. Huh? We back in the building. Hey, buenos dias, Piggy Lace. You said it was simply that he bugged out. J-Man, the messy one of the HR team, is in the building. He said he's a man. Listen. Dear Tate, we back. We back. Melly, we back. Creole, I don't know if it was YouTube. I don't know if it was the software. Something blinked out on that. Well, no, the software was still running, so it couldn't have been the software, though. Somebody did not like it. Bob and weave. You feel me? Yeah. Dumb called it in, tried to shut it down. People must know where I'm going. Because today, if I don't wake some people up, it's a problem. You feel me? It's a definite problem, but we about to have at it. You hear me? Sharonda Bradford, good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Lady Costa Neither said a Rican is here. Listen, everybody that's in here that's of any Latino, Latina, Hispanic descent, you need to get a couple of your peoples in here. You need to get a couple of your friends in here. You need to get a couple of your family members in here because we need to have a conversation, and that's coming later. Good morning, good morning. We need to have a conversation because there's a lot going on, huh? The guy that snitched on Dirk is in here. Oh, damn it. Cassie, good morning to ye. Wake us up then, huh? You want to be woke up? Is that what it is? I got you. Phil, are you going to talk about what that dude said? I don't know what dude you talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah. Definitely, Piggy Lace. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get to that. They don't want the people enlightened. Ain't no stopping Phil now. Because I'm going to make it do what it do. You better believe that. Huh? Y'all tell a friend to come on the hell over. Vino Diva said, Afro-Latina here. Okay, KK, listen. Where do I want to start this party, huh? Why not start it with none other than Michelle Obama Speaks? Michelle Obama Speaks. I'm gonna lend her the last part about Monica. Michelle Obama Speaks on behalf of Kamala Harris. We're gonna start there, huh? We're gonna start there.
So I hope you'll forgive me if I'm a little frustrated that some of us are choosing to ignore Donald Trump's gross incompetence while asking Kamala to dazzle us at every turn. I hope that you'll forgive me if I'm a little angry that we are indifferent to his erratic behavior, his obvious mental decline, his history as a convicted felon, a known slumlord, a predator found liable for sexual abuse, all of this while we pick apart Kamala's answers from interviews that he doesn't even have the courage to do, y'all. So, I am...
Listen, what she said was very paramount. We are holding Kamala Harris to a standard that a lot of people ain't holding this Bama Trump to a standard that a lot of people are not holding this Bama Trump to. And it's sad. It's sad because most of the people holding her to this standard is us. Black and brown people, some yellow, some red, but mostly black and brown, are holding her to a higher standard than we are holding this Bama Trump to, right? And it's all kinds of people that are telling you who this man is, including himself. Huh? I'm gonna let this dude talk to you. It's a white dude, head of a labor union, a labor leader. Y'all need to hear what he got to say. And he's on the other side of the table, but guess what? He's on point like a mug.
My members are tired of people talking out of both sides of their mouth. We're ready for a party that puts in work for working people, puts in legwork for working people. And the WFP does that every single day. Every couple of years, it seems to me that we're asking black people to save this country. In the last election cycle, we asked black women in Georgia, please save us. In this election, we're saying, dear black men in the suburban counties outside of Philly, please save us. If we're going to ask that every couple of years, it's a fair question to ask guys that look like me, start handling your boys. Start handling your boys. I look like I stormed the Capitol, but I did not. But I know a lot of guys who did, and fuck those guys. It's time for us to start calling these assholes out. The people that are threatening democracy are not black, they're not Muslim, they're not immigrants. It's dudes that look like me. We got to start calling these assholes out every single place that we find them, because fuck them. I believe in this country. I'm a veteran of this country. Waving a flag and screaming at immigrants don't make you a patriot. It makes you a fucking coward. This country, we are the true patriots. We don't hate everybody just because they're different. We got to get this. Listen, I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh my God, Kamala, hooray. I'm voting for her. I'm not happy about what they're doing in Gaza, in Lebanon. I'm not happy about what's happening. I'm married to a Palestinian. I am not happy about this. But we have two choices between a woman that we can work with or a fascist.
Man, listen, he kept it funky. He said, I'm kind of rocky about the whole shaboing, pause. But however, I'm voting for who needs to be voted for in this situation, huh? If they can stand up and speak for us, why we can't speak for us, huh? Why we can't stand up and speak for us? Good morning, Connie Cotton Candy. Oh, that's Connie Batiste. I'm sorry. Good morning, Connie Batiste. Good morning. Charlie Hustle, good morning to ye. Listen, what I'm saying to you is we need to do better, huh? I'm just getting warmed up. And like I said, for those that are just entering in the room, this morning I'm going to ruffle some feathers. And I don't give two figgities who the hell I piss off. And I guess I've already pissed off somebody because they tried to halt my damn show already, huh? You feel me? They tried to halt it, but and still I rise, huh? This next one is Van Jones. This one is from Van Jones. I want y'all to listen to this one. He eloquently spoke on this one, huh?
He was there before he was restrained.
Exactly.
The Supreme Court had not said the president could be lawless. We now have a Supreme Court that says the president can be lawless. He didn't have that. He had people around him who were actually normal Republicans who just went to work in the White House and discovered that they were working for somebody who was very dangerous.
And these are the people like Milley and John Kelly who are now saying that
exactly.
He's a fascist.
But they're saying they were restraining him. They were holding him back.
Yes.
In other words, you had a grizzly bear in your kid's bedroom, but he was chained up. Now you're sitting the same grizzly bear back with no chains. You will have a different outcome. When you have the Supreme Court that says you're lawless, that's a different outcome. Trump was somebody that staffers would deliberately redirect, misdirect. They wouldn't take his orders seriously. Those people won't be there. And so this is not the same. It's not the same. I think it's much, much more dangerous.
Two of them, I think it was Milley and...
Man, listen. He could not have said that more eloquently, huh? When your own staffers, the people that work with you from generals down to your regular staff, say that they purposely was misdirecting you and keeping you kind of bound and held back, that says a lot. That says a lot. Rich, good morning, gang. Alonzo, good morning. Tanisha, good morning. Trina Pink. Oh, yeah, they tried to get at me, Trina Pink, but they can't stop what they can't stop. You feel me? Mrs. Ryder, she done come riding through. Good morning. Listen, I'm going up this morning. Y'all bear with me and y'all roll with me because we going up, Shawade. You hear me? He got an army of rich racists backing him right now. Listen, he got, who is it? He got three. Hold on, and I wrote it down. Hold on, let me see. Forgive me, pardon me. If I can find it real quick. There you go, right there. Cancel. The Bama got three of the worst oligarchs backing him right now. Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and David Sachs. And the interesting thing about the three individuals that are backing him, these three individuals that are backing him, that they all are products of South African apartheid, of that South African apartheid way of thinking and way of living. Understand that. Somebody posted that and said, this isn't a coincidence. It definitely ain't. It definitely isn't. Hey, BB, good morning to ye. V-Frog, good morning. It's definitely by design. It definitely isn't a mistake. Understand, that last video talks a little bit about whether or not he's a fascist or not, huh? This next video, which some of y'all have seen on my page on IG, speaks to whether or not he has any racist bones, bigoted bones in his body, huh? Where a lot of people are like, oh no, he freed this person, or he took a picture with that person, or he did this, that, and the third. Y'all better pay the hell attention.
He was there before he was restrained.
Exactly.
The Supreme Court had not said the president could be lawless. We now have a...
I just find it funny how before he said he was a Republican, nobody said Donald Trump was racist. You can't point one example where Donald Trump was being racist. Matter of fact, I guarantee you we can't find one. Watch this. Name one time Donald Trump has been racist.
Name one time Trump was racist. Okay, I will. 1973, the Nixon administration sued Trump for refusing to rent to black people. 1980s, Trump's casinos were accused of hiding the black staff when Trump visited. 1989, Trump took out a full-page ad arguing for the death penalty for a group of 5 black men at Central Park 5, effectively putting a bounty on their heads and plaguing them with a lifetime of death threats. He was sued by the Justice Department for discrimination. 1991, black guys counting my money, I hate it. The only kinds of people I want counting my money are short guys that wear yarmulkes every day. I think that the black guy is lazy, and it's probably not his fault because laziness is a trait in blacks. It really is. 1992, Trump's casino was fined $200,000 for transferring black dealers off certain tables to appease racist patrons. 1993, Trump said Native American casinos shouldn't be allowed because they don't look like Indians to me. 2000, Trump ran a series of attack ads against Native American casinos alleging, with no proof, that they were guilty of crimes. 2004, Trump fired a black contestant from The Apprentice for being overeducated. 2010, Trump arguing in favor of segregating Muslims in Lower Manhattan. 2011, birtherism. Trump alleged that Obama was Kenyan based on nothing but skin color. He never apologized nor renounced the claim.
Well,
for all the naysayers, for all the wall, holders, jugglers, kissers, paws, no diddy of that man, the writing is on the wall, it's on the desk, it's on your forehead, it's in the atmosphere. You can smell it, pause, and taste it. People are who they are. Understand that. And he shows it his damn self. We about to get to the part that y'all waiting for. We about to get to the part. All my Latinas, all my Hispanics, I don't care if you recognize or represent that you're Afro-Latino, Afro-Latina or not. This is for all of y'all. All my good brown brothers and sisters. For any of y'all that think Trump give a damn about y'all, understand if that rally, that Trump rally in New York, Madison Square Garden of all places, it wasn't in Muttley, Kentucky, it wasn't in Backwood, Alabama, it wasn't in Hingham High, Mississippi. It was in Madison Square Garden in New York. They put on a show. And when I say put on a show, they showed you just who the hell they was and how much they gave a shit about you. For any of the Latino community, Hispanic community that was in that crowd, you should have went and smacked the shit out yourself that night. You should have left that rally and smacked the shit out yourself and said, I need to wake the figgity up because I've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and somehow led the hell astray. You hear me? There's no way in God's green earth. What's up, Moon Sniper? You know where we at. There's no way on God's green earth that you can honestly and openly say, man, I can support this man. And if you want to say, oh, well, he didn't say it, they said it. It was on his watch, under his rally, and it was sanctioned because it had to be approved before they said all that dumb shit. What am I talking about? This Bama Tony Hinchcliffe. That name right there says a lot. Hinchcliffe. Supposed to be a comedian. Wasn't shit he said funny with his Bama ass. You feel me? Wasn't shit he said funny about that Bama ass nigga. See, and then what some Hispanic people and some other individuals are going to say is he was specifically talking about Puerto Rican individuals. No, the hell he didn't, because he starts out talking about immigrants coming across the border. That's where he started about. He started on that and then went into our Puerto Rican brothers and sisters. You think I'm lying? Y'all listen to this bum ass nigga here.
Welcome migrants to the United States of America with open arms. And by open arms, I mean like this. It's wild. And these Latinos, they love making babies too. Just know that. They do. They do. There's no pulling out. They don't do that. They come inside, just like they did to our country. Republicans are the party with a good sense of humor. It is absolutely wild times. It really, really is. And, you know, there's a lot going on. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico. Okay, all right, okay, we're getting there. No.
Man, right, and see, the thing of it is, even if he improvised a little bit, right? The Bama was reading from a teleprompter. When you at them functions, they put you on the teleprompter, and they somebody has to approve for the things you're going to talk about. People have to approve the things that you're going to talk about, or either they won't let you get up there to speak or they will shut you the hell off. They didn't shut him off. They didn't say nothing. They didn't say nothing against it. My thing is this, my good Latino and Latina brothers and sisters, my good Hispanic brothers and sisters, what y'all gonna do about it, huh? That's a fact, Moon. Salute. He said, don't worry about it. The universe will do its magic on him. Puerto Rico's rolling packs. He better watch his back. Good morning. Hey, established. Listen, understand something. All you good Latino and Latina Trump supporters, those that have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led astray, I hope that rally was your reckoning. I hope that rally was your wake-up call. I hope that rally, hold on one second, y'all. How I'm going to get this? Let me save it first. I hope that this is your wake-up call. Yeah, what the hell? You know what I'm talking about? That Bama said a whole lot, right? What? For any, Tina B, I'm live on the YouTube. Good morning. For any of my Latino brothers and sisters, any of my Hispanic brothers and sisters decide that they gonna support this Bama, you need to go and have a reckoning with yourself and with your people in your community. What? Because if that wasn't enough to rile you up, to get you to a place like, you know what, enough is enough. Because this ain't the first time that either Frumpy Frump or somebody that's on his side of the table, and I don't just mean Republican, but I mean way of thinking, has said something underhanded, something this is for those that don't understand that we all one anyway. I'm not speaking to my Afro-Latinas and my Afro-Latinos that know what it is. I'm speaking to the ones that swear up and down somewhere in their bones that they really a Caucasian from Europe some damn where. Huh? That's who the hell I'm speaking to. Oh, Kathy, I'm about to go there. I'm about to go there. Trust me, because we ain't exempt neither. We are not exempt. Some people do anything to fit in. If they vote for him, they lost. That part right there, huh? They all got some explaining to do. Talk about a Creole. Even after he separated families, they still voted for. They understand something. He showed just how much he loved y'all asses with how he treated some of y'all families. When y'all decided to come to America to have a better life. Because everybody that was detained and everybody wasn't separated wasn't an illegal immigrant. Some were rounded up and corralled as if they were cattle until they could sort it out. Some children are still missing to this day. To this day. But y'all think that man is cool? Y'all think that man is the brightest future for America? America. America. God shed his grace on thee. On who though? On who? On who? Tiggy, it's a real one. Y'all know where we at. We on the good YouTube. And with the little fake ass aid he gave Kathy, throwing toilet paper towel rolls at people. Man, listen. Y'all come on over to the good YouTube. I'm freezing. That's all right. If they freezing me, I hope y'all bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Somebody don't want this message heard, but I'm gonna say what I need to say anyway. I'm gonna say what I need to say anyway. Well, I know, J Man. I know. That's why I did it on purpose. I did it on purpose. The fact that they approved that speech to be aired and spoken on national television speaks volumes. That's a fact established. Moon says everything will be right as rain next year. I feel really good about how every dog is getting his day. All evildoers have been getting their karma. That part right there, Moon Sniper. But guess what, though? King Florida, good morning, good morning. Y'all coming over to the good YouTube, huh? Understand something, though. For all my good black brothers and sisters, y'all not left off of bad and bougie either. All you stupid ass melanated MAGA and Trump supporters, you're not left off of bad and bougie either with your dumb ass. They not. First, we gonna talk about that. I'm gonna play a video from that Bama ass Dr. Phil. I'm mad he even got my name attached to his shit, huh? I'm mad that he's even got the name. I'm mad that Dr. Phil got my name attached to it. So if you want to equate me with Dr. Phil, make sure you put good on the back of it, as in good man and good money. You feel me? So if you ever call me Dr. Phil from this day forward, it better be Dr. Phil good. But that's a whole nother story. But as for right the fuck now, excuse my English, top of the top, that Bama Dr. Phil has some very despicable things to say his damn self. And if any of y'all support that Bama, don't be saying, please establish I'm him when I want to be. Anyway, listen, y'all pay attention to this Bama, what he got to say.
By the way, we didn't choose the name for that by random. Merit Street Media. This country was built on hard work, added value, and talent, not on equal outcome, not on DEI. This country was built on hard work.
He said, not on equal opportunity. I'm paraphrasing. Dr. Phil, you can SMD, KMA, EAD, and KY. Pause. No jelly, no diddy. I'm going to do another video on that, Bama, but as for now, I just had to show y'all that. And I'm not done. I'm not done. Hey, Tina B. Marie, I see you. Dev Lee, yes, indeed. There you go, Nay. The country was built on slavery. That's a physac, huh? King Skills, what you thought he was talking about? Off of good work, huh? Man, listen. That's whose brother, Piggy Lace? Yours? Because the damn show ain't mine. Right, Sarah Lynn. Things that make you go, Things that make you go, The Bird, good morning to ye. His whole set was based on racism. How is that funny? Yeah, listen. I ain't finished. The good Philly Phil. I'll take that too. Trina Pink. The good Philly Phil. Yeah, I'll take that. Oprah definitely did. Oprah, you got some explaining to do too, Oprah. Free. Come on over to the YouTube, Will I Am again. Come on over. If you got a question. But to my brothers and sisters, I'm not finished. We are not left off of bad and bougie. We weren't left out of the shenanigans. We weren't left out of the bullshiggery that went down at that Madison Square Garden Trump MAGA rally. Huh? And for anybody that was there who is a fan of Trump, or who is a staunch Republican, but who claims they are not a fascist or racist, y'all got a whole lot of soul searching and explaining to do. Because if you sat there through all that bullshiggery, then that tells me what kind of person you are. No, you didn't, Will I? Not. Listen to this. Listen to this. Don Lemon wasn't having an evil. He was not for it. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah, it's cool. Black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that? A lampshade? Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm just kidding. That's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome.
That shit ain't funny.
Yeah, it's cool. Black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that? A lampshade? Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm just kidding. That's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome.
That shit ain't funny.
I played it twice on purpose. I played it twice on purpose. Now he was addressing a black individual that was there. He was dressing Uncle Tom. He was dressing Sambo and them. He was addressing Sir Coonington, who was in the audience. And they say, oh, no, that's my friend. We were chopping up watermelons last night. I ain't going to tell you what I can't say what I want to say in regards to if somebody run into this Bama. I can't say anything, but y'all know where I'm going with that one. Huh? That's all it was, establish a racist rant. That part. As they should, Moon, as they should. Hey, Caramel Leche, Bird NYC, Flip the Script Kennels, come on over to YouTube. As they very well should. So y'all wonder why I titled today's episode 203, It's All Our Fault. It's all our fault because one, we haven't done enough. We have not done enough. Sarah Lynn, I ain't never went to war no other color. What you talking about? Anywho, his name is Tony Hinchcliffe, BB. That name says a lot within itself. Sound like some backwood racist, Nazi support, neo-Nazi ass knocker. But we as a people, black, brown, and indifferent, haven't done enough, haven't stood up enough, haven't united enough, haven't been fed up enough, haven't had enough to where we not tolerate no more of the BS enough. Simona Coleman, good morning to ye. Nothing surprises me when it comes to that clown, because some of these white folks have the ability to hide, some of us know what's really good. That's a fact. Yeah, you're right, Peep Scheme. A lot of them are racist. We should not be surprised. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise in some folks' actions. I'm surprised at a lot of the reactions. Roy Brooks, what's goody like the mob? Good morning. Very terrible. Before I go any further, for those of you all that are new to this situation, I don't care if you're offended or like what I'm saying or not, do your boy a favor. I'm ruffling some feathers today. However, hit that like and hit that thumbs up for your boy. Boop, up. While you at it, hit that if you haven't done so yet, new to the channel or veteran, hit that subscribe button. Boop, up. Last but not least, hit that notification bell like so you be in the know whenever the Good Morning Gang morning show drops, Feel the Love Fridays drop, or anything that I put on this good Big Phil Speaks channel. What? That part. But make sure you hit all for the notifications, because sometimes YouTube, they tamper down on who they send these lives too. But if you put all, you'll more than likely receive that notification expeditiously, and you'll be one of the first people that can walk through the door and see what's popping. That part right there, huh? And y'all know me. There's a lot of love to go around, and I just want to menage with the algorithm. I'm just saying, don't hate me because you ain't me. Yeah. Anyway, back to you have a good day too, Will I? Thank you. Listen, back to the conversation. Back to the conversation. It's a lot going on out here, and we need to wake the hell up. Wake the hell the figgity up, right? It is such a shit show. That's a right, Cassie. That's right. You still hear that bell? Damn it, Joe. Shawnette Bridges, good morning to ye. Roy Brooks, it's funny you said that, because that kind of goes into where I'm going with this whole conversation. It was funny that Donald Trump had Trick at his pep rally in Chicago. That had to be the most asinine thing that I heard and or seen. Had to be one of the most asinine things. Make the man. If I'm not mistaken, and I say this respectfully, if I'm not mistaken, don't he represent growth and development? If I'm not mistaken, does he not represent growth and development? For any of my Chicago folks, any of my Detroit folks, any of my peoples that know, does he not represent growth and development? Because if he does, I know good and damn well he had to. I kind of know why. There's a certain good brother. There's a certain good brother that's been locked up for a lot of years. A lot of years that folks is trying to get back to these streets. So I get. I almost could almost say I know why. But it's like, damn, like really? I thought so, Jay, man. That's what I knew. That's why I'm like, yeah. So Front must have made him a promise that if he get in office that he would do a certain thing for Trick. And I'm only assuming, allegedly. But damn. Is it worth it, though? Is it worth it? Is it worth that look? Fact, Kodak did it too. A few of them have. And we wonder why shit be the way it is, right? There's a whole lot going on with our community, right? The culture, black culture and the culture, right? Diddy. Went from a young dude in college with big dreams to becoming a mogul, to becoming an individual that was looked up to or is looked up to by a whole lot of people, who has made history in the spaces of music, who has made history in the spaces of alcohol, beverage, production, so to speak, who has made history on some of his stances as far as voting is concerned, only to have the rug pulled out from under him, only to allow his ego and his stupidity, for lack of better words, get him in the situation that he's in now. Young Dreads, I don't think so just yet, because he not in office, so I don't think he got that power to move that way. There's some other things that play for that. But a lot of people are starting to try to be empathetic towards one Sean Diddy, P. Diddy, Brother Love Combs. Should we be? We might feel bad. We might feel bad on a humanitarian level. We might. But should we be so embracing with all of the allegations out there? Now, a lot of it is speculation at this point. A lot of it are just allegations at this point. A lot of it is just hearsay, gossip, myths, and whisperings at this point. But then there are those things that we know to be true. That video with Cassie. That video of Cassie. The lawsuit that Cassie filed that spelled out certain things that helped bring about the criminal case that he's now facing. The stories and allegations that are coming out from different individuals, old and new. The use of certain exotic drugs and different drugs in cocktails, within drinks, within pill form, and allegedly within baby oil form. We don't know what the truth is yet with all that, but we gonna find out. He will have his day in court, right? Some people say, man, you shouldn't kick that brother in the back while he down, or whatever the case may be. Which leads to understanding that there's no win in this situation. Like doing a podcast, doing a show, doing a live, being a journalist, being a meteorologist, or whatever the case may be. There's no wins, because you be damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you speak on it, you're wrong. If you don't speak on it, you wrong. Even if that man is not guilty of all the things that they are speaking of, at this point, even though we have to say allegedly, we have to admit that he's obviously guilty of something. Hell, we saw footage of one thing. Then there's been other stories and allegations, and now people are coming forward. Now we know some people have come forward on a money grab and come out with ludicrous allegations, BS, etc. But then everybody ain't telling a lie. Everybody is not telling a lie. Not the abuse of baby oil. Hood reporting. I forgot. Yeah, in hood reporting. There's a reason why. That's the reason why I'm saying what I'm. There's a method to my madness as to why I'm bringing Diddy up, because I know some people are tired of hearing about Diddy do it, Diddy did it, Diddy done, all that, right? I'm pretty sure y'all tired of hearing about it. And guess what? It's only just begun. Do you think he can get a fair trial? That's a great question, Sean. That if I was him, Once they get the Brinks and the Jinx and the Brady material, now is it Brady? It's Jinx and whatever the other one is, where you get your discovery, and his lawyers find out all the things that they really have out against him that's going to be presented. He might want to decide to take a deal. I'm just saying, I'm gonna keep it funky. Because if half of those things are true, not even all of them, if half of them are true, he's done. Some people won't like the fact that I just said that. We gotta be real with ourselves. We have to be real with ourselves. You feel me? Some people were scared to come out and tell. That's a fact. That's a fact. What's the statute of limitation? General question. Different situations, different outcome with this very question. What happened was, before, I think certain things held a certain statute of limitations that when people originally didn't speak out on certain things in certain ways, kind of threw their possibility of justice out of the window. But I think in the last couple years or something, they had passed a moratorium. They had passed something that extended a victim's ability to seek justice. I don't know if it was just civilly or both criminally and civilly, because of the amount of people coming out of the woodworks, discussing what it took for them to even be able to speak of the things that they've been through. Because a lot of people were abused, etc., as children, or as young as children, young children up to teenagers and stuff like that. And a lot of people held those things in. 1, out of fright and fear. 2, out of hurt and embarrassment. 3, some mentally turned it off, blocked it, and later on in life, get an awakening. So they opened that door. And when they opened that door, Cassie stepped all the way through it with her, I don't know who her lawyer is, but whoever her lawyer is, she got the right one, baby. It's not about fairness anymore, because what's fair in life in prison. Diddy's son movie helping the case, man. Listen. There's allegedly 120 plus lawsuits that will be filed. I believe it. I believe it. And some people will say, why y'all gonna condemn a black man? Why y'all got all this to say about a black man? What you should be asking yourself, why the hell you not saying something about that black man? Why wasn't you saying something about that black man when he was doing what he was doing? This is to those that know that man. This is to those that was around that man. This is to those that were at some of these parties. And I'm not just talking about the external parties, the white parties, but I'm talking about them internal freak-off situations. Who saw some of these abusive things? The allegations that are true. Again, the deflection is crazy, right? Because they'll come off on journalists, they come off on meteorologists, they'll come off on the hood reporters, they'll come off on the people that post this, that, and the third and be upset with them, right? But they were around the shit and did nothing. Did nothing. Some participated. Allegedly. Did nothing, but you'll deflect from the effery that he did, allegedly, to say something about the people that are reporting the shit. That speaks to y'all character. That speaks to y'all character. I don't think it was established. I think that was AI. Good to see you too, James Simpson. Some things you only have 3 years to file, yeah. But they had changed it or whatever, or they gave a moratorium on it or whatever the case may be. Hold on, let me fast forward all this. I'm back in the comments. If I pass, I don't know what noise you're talking about. I heard that Roma Tuderberg. I don't know how true that is or not. But I will say this. I'm not going to stay on Diddy. However, you cannot have a RICO. You cannot have a racketeering charge without there being other co-defendants. There have to be at least a minimum, I think, of 4 or 5 other individuals involved and charged to have a RICO case. Don't let that go over your head. Unless they have substantial evidence. Okay. Stevie Wonder concedes guilty. Allegedly, didn't the old CEO Abercrombie and Fitch just get arrested for the same things and out on bail? I'm not sure if he's out on bail. I know he did get arrested. Hey, we love Chris. I'm on the good YouTube. I do know he got arrested. I do know he's charged with some heinous activity too. I don't know if he did get bail or bond. I think he's only accused of the one thing, whereas Diddy is accused of a plethora of things. So we don't know. I don't know as of yet. I got to do some research, but I don't think the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch has been also tied to violence, allegedly, in continuing to do certain things or whatever the case may be. I don't know. So I'd have to research that more to be 100. Everyone involved with Diddy being looked at. I know that's right. Miss A Block, I got to look further into that. I did mean to bring that up. If not last Friday, last Wednesday, I forget when it was because I had it set up to and something happened with the time and us talking or whatever that I forgot to even bring it up altogether. Once you get a RICO, they have something on you. That's a fact. That's a fact. Phil, his enterprise is a RICO. Oh, man. Yeah, but right now, Miss A Block, see, that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. We always talking about why we not talking about them. Why we not talking about them? We talk about them. How much have we not talked about Jeffrey Epstein? How much have we not talked about Weinstein? How about we didn't talk about what's his name, Charlie Sheen in the past and like a few others. But right now it's us. We need to talk about us and the things that are our fault. Forget what the other people are doing, right? We need to hold each other accountable for the things that we do, things we've done, the things we allow, the things that we look past that's supposed to be a part of the culture. That's it right there. Racketeering definitely involves more individuals. He'll just be the first to tell, most likely. All of them need to be dealt with, Stephanie. All of them. Right at this point, Moon, that's a fact. Atlantic Avenue, what's good? Right, but there's a time and place for everything, Miss A Block, and right now we talking about us. That's the problem. Sometimes things get lost in translation. Things get lost in translation, right? We be so concerned that, man, y'all persecuting and prosecuting us, but ain't persecuting and prosecuting them. Instead of saying, why the hell are we doing the dumb shit we doing when they already looking at us more than they looking at them? That's what the hell people should be asking. Why are we doing the dumb shit knowing they got it out for us in the first damn place? Knowing that we gonna get the shit into the stick more than those other people. Pause. No Diddy. Make it fair. Highlight all. There's a time for that. But right now, we highlighting us, to us. It's two different conversations. Yes, all pedos, all R-worders, all abusers, all that should all be lumped in one basket, and all their asses should be dealt with and prosecuted and all that. Yes, but right now, I'm talking about our culture, our community, the things that make it our fault. Now, what Epstein did, what Weinstein did, what the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO allegedly has done, has nothing to do with what our people do. Nothing. In the words of E40, we have choices. Life is about choices. Crack baby, trick baby, good morning to ye. What do you mean we aren't the ones doing it? Are you lost? What are you talking? Are you saying Diddy did not kick on Cassie in that video? Is that what you saying? Make that make sense. Come on, Miss A Block. Come on now. Come on now, Cletus. Moon, you bugged. Come on, Cletus. Your coworker was saying that rally was amazing. You bet you outside of just work related shit, you better not never be talking to that motherfucker again. Excuse my English. That's it right there, Shawnette Bridges, when deflection outweighs accountability. Cat Williams definitely should be protected, because that man, I don't know what he know or who he know, but he knows something. And he definitely said that all these things would take place. All these things would take place. Hey, Tiffany, good morning to you. Come on, Cletus, that part. T-Page said that the CEO is out on bail because he wasn't considered a flight risk. His partner is still in jail because he is considered a flight risk. Interesting. And this conversation is an anti-us conversation. Is a pro-us conversation. It's about us. The things that we've allowed, the things that we've done, the things that we turn a blind eye to, the things that we want excuses from when there should be no damn excuses. I wouldn't care if there was if 50 million, I ain't gonna say that. I can't even say what I was about to say. All I'm gonna say is what they do is what they do. What we do is what we do. We should be accountable for what we do, not by them. We should hold each other accountable. Blessings, Cassie. Have a good one. We should be able to hold each other accountable. We already know that some other folks do what they do, right? And they have certain privileges and things that allow them to either get away, skate with, or whatever the case may be. But we so divided that we can't even hold ourselves accountable and then wonder why we can't get proper justice in a lot of situations and cases that deserve proper justice. Why we can't get certain reform that we need to get passed. Why we can't get the right people in office that need to be there. Why we can't become a community again when we desperately need it. Look at these youngins. Look at these youngins. I get it, Miss A Block. I ain't mad at you. Look at these youngins. Look at them. This is the face of one of our youngins, Lil Durk. That's it right there, Vino. We can't protect evil behavior because they are black. That makes us complicit. That's the problem with rap today. That's the problem with our culture today. And we keep accepting the filth to go further and further. Which leads me to the young brother, Lil Durk. Lil Durk, a young brother from the streets of Chicago who has risen to fame and notoriety for different things, who, as of late, seemingly was trying to get his life together and get it in a proper course of things. He already got the money. He already got the fame from his rap career. He also gained a certain power within his community and amongst his peers for being somebody, a voice that people listen to, people gravitated towards. But I always say, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And I also say that there's a lot of responsibility that comes with leadership that's applied to people. Hey, Yoli Deco, I'm over on the good YouTube. Shy always chilling on the YouTube. And the fact that he's garnered, that type of prestige in our culture, there's a lot that is required or was required of him. He comes from that gang culture and he let himself succumb to that. Sad. And unfortunately, there weren't a lot of individuals, I think, that was talking to that young man to try to, that was trying to get him on the right path and right course. Y'all are bugged out talking about he a stud. That's brazy. Where's this other one at? I got one more in here that I'm looking for. Now, people say, man, he come from a broken situation, from a broken community, from a community where the odds were against him. A lot of us have. And a lot of us then did some things. A lot of us have done a lot of things that either we're not proud of, that we wish we could have done differently or taken back, and or that we could be held accountable for as well. But sometimes when you put lack of knowledge together with arrogance, together with ignorance, together with money, it gives you a false sense of untouchableness. It gives you a false sense of power. That can turn around to bite you in the ass. And one of his homies was one of the people wearing a wire against this man. The dude in this picture right here allegedly is one who wore a wire against him. And the crazy part, I can't unsee this. Y'all are crazy. Wearing a wire for multiple years. That's a whole nother conversation of wickedness. However, if you don't put yourself in these predicaments and situations, guess what? You ain't got to worry about that. Come on over to the YouTube. But his story is no different than a lot of stories of black youth in our communities, brown youth in our communities, who won a lot of times jump off the porch with the mentality of getting out from under, making a better way for my family, and or pursuing a career in my talent in which I'm good at, i.e. rapping, singing, etc. People only positive when it's time for prison. The ugly part about this song and the hurtful part about it is that Wallow from, Gillian Wallow, $1 million worth of game, tried to warn that man. Tried to passionately warn that man. Wallow, if y'all see this, hopefully y'all don't flag me for showing this footage, but I think it's very pertinent to this conversation. Very pertinent to this conversation. Y'all pay attention.
I can name 20, 30 niggas and my homies is dead. I'm here though. And I'm gonna say some shit that this is documented. You know, I got a TED talk. I forgave my brother's killer. And I'm saying it to say this. Nigga that killed my brother. My brother died in my grandma's arms. In that fucking house that we grew up in. Nigga shot my brother. He ran to the house. He died in Nanny Hall when she opened the door. So I'm telling you this some real shit, man. If I ain't let that shit go, I won't be right here today. I won't be here for my niece and my nephews. Me and Gil won't be doing this. Y'all won't know me. I won't be able to give y'all this game. But I had to leave. I had to let that shit go. And when I let that shit go, nigga, I started to grow. And now I'm here today, and it was harder than a motherfucker, man. Sure. Because I forgave my brother killer, but I understand. But I love all you young niggas in here. And I mean that shit. I love you niggas, man. And I hope y'all make it out. I hope y'all make it the fuck out, man.
It's so crazy. Yeah, this motherfucker really dropping tears for this shit. Like, shit for real.
To hear that, this shit for real. And only for it to come full circle, and now they got you locked up for allegedly bankrolling a hit, basically. Now, if anything, I feel bad for all kids that are involved, of the victims and or of the perpetrators. I feel bad for the children. Fair use. That's a fact. That's why I read that off at the beginning. This is my thing, right? Didn't take heed to that warning because they say this interview, allegedly, this interview happened months before that hit was taken out. They are saying that this interview happened, I think, 4 to 5 months before they decided to do whatever they alleged that they did or whatever. We don't know if he did it or not. But allegedly, there's a paper trail, there's money trail, there's the one individual that has worn a wire, minimally one individual, but I think they said it's 3 individuals that are snitching on or telling on, informing on, working with the prosecution on their case against young Dirk, Lil Durk rather. And the fact that the feds picked it up says that they cooking on something a little bit deeper than just this. Hope y'all make it out. Definitely hits different. I got to put a link in. No, I'm not, Moon. I'm gonna put the link out. I just wanted to get all this out first. I just wanted to get all this out before, the flow of the show changes or whatever. I don't care who don't like this. I don't care who got a problem with what I'm saying. I don't care who feel as though I'm capping, caping, welling, BSing. I don't care who think that I'm being too judgmental. I don't care who thinks that it ain't my business. I have not talked about certain things because one, partially it ain't my business, but two, to kind of just, stick from, getting involved with certain people's business. However, I'm doing myself a disservice with this show and growing it by doing so. At the end of the day, we gotta hold each other accountable because all this shit is our fault. Our fault. How is it my fault? I don't even listen to his music. The breakdown of the community is our fault. The lack of rebuilding our community is our fault. The lack of standing in the gap and or talking with our youth is our fault. The lack of doing anything in concerns when in regards to what goes on in our communities is our fault. The fact that other communities treat us a certain way and we allow it to just happen is our fault. The fact that we feel like an orange-haired clown is suitable to run this country when he aligns himself with people such as the Tony Hinchcliffe Bama and others that openly say things against black and brown and other race ethnic group people and do nothing about it, that's our fault. That's our fault. Nobody else's fault but ours. We can blame our circumstances and situations on anybody we want, but we have to take accountability for our own bullshit. We have to take accountability for our own bullshit. Forget what they ain't doing for us. Forget what repairing and reparations they not doing for us. Forget what they get away with. Forget what they are doing. What about what the hell we doing and not doing? Our culture is supposed to be our culture. And our culture is supposed to be one of, if not the most, but one of the most influential cultures on the planet Earth. But we are allowing ourselves and other people to bastardize our culture. We are allowing ourselves and other people to shit on our culture. We are allowing ourselves and other people to shit on our communities, to continuously divide our communities. That's not true, Miss A. Block. Miss A. Block, it ain't just about your biologicals, your neighbors. You should care about your block. You should care about your community. Fortunately, you done well with your sons, but it could have went a whole nother way. But there's somebody whose son probably could have used some extra support, who might not have been getting the love that they needed, the understanding and or knowledge that they needed to go in a certain direction. The things that affect us on the whole is our fault. That mentality of turning a blind eye, well, this is not my kids are good. Your kids don't make the world go round by themselves, good in a good way or a bad way. They don't. The separatist attitude, the it ain't me and mine attitude, the I didn't do it attitude, the it don't involve me attitude is why our community is splintered. I got you, Moon. Hold on. Don't say nothing till I bring the page up. It's the reason why our communities are splintered. What about the kids that can hurt your kids? That's a part of the problem, but we the reason why them kids are hurting our kids. Demetrius, that's the reason why them kids are hurting our kids, because we ain't doing shit. We allowing things to be being what it is. Hold on, Mona, I got you. We allowing that shit to happen. Forget what somebody else is allowing. Forget about what they ain't doing. Then we get mad when the Gestapo-ass police come in our community and do what they do. How you gonna get mad at that? How you gonna get mad at that, but you ain't gonna do nothing in your community, in your own community? Far as outreach, far as help, far as communication, far as knowledge. How are you gonna tell somebody go easy on them? They know not what they do, or go easy on them, whatever the case may be, or whatever boy. Understand something. We all play a part. We all play a part in the communities which we live in, whether we are doing something or doing absolutely nothing. We play a part in the world that spins around the way that it does. Yes, we not, every one of us might not be putting guns, drugs, or the mentality on these youths, on the minds of these youths, or in the hands of these youths. But the fact that we're not trying to counteract that, that's all our fault. All our fault. As a community, as people, as the culture. Moon Sniper.
Hello.
Hello. Hold on, Miss A Block. Hold on. I'll bring
There's a
you up in
little
a
bit of
second.
an echo, I believe.
Do you still have YouTube open?
Yes.
That's probably it. It's probably the.
But see, when I click the link, it pushes. It says I'm in YouTube.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
This is a new software. I'm still learning it. That's it right there. We all play a part. That's what I'm trying to get us to see. It ain't no scapegoat. I'm gonna bring you up, Miss A Block, but it's
Let
no
me see if I
scapegoat.
can do it from my computer. Let's see.
Hold on, y'all.
Let's see.
Gonna be huffing and coughing on here now.
Shut up.
Salute y'all.
Let me know when I can talk.
Go ahead while Moon getting this thing together.
All right. I think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying to you.
What you saying, darling?
I'm all for community. I'm all for my block.
Right.
But my job as a parent was to raise my children.
That's your primary job. You're right.
If my friend or my neighbor isn't raising their child the way I'm raising my child, that's that lady's parent, that parent's problem, not my problem.
Uh-huh.
But any child who hung around my children, you had to be like my children. If you didn't act like my children, or was about school sports, or being how you're supposed to be in the community, you couldn't be around my children. I didn't let children hang in my house.
Got you.
If you want to talk to my sons, talk to them at school. You're not coming to my house.
I
You
got
couldn't even
you.
call my house. You understand me? I understand what you're saying, but when you say it's on us, it's not about us. It's
It
about
is.
those who have these children.
Mm-mm.
It's your job to parent them. It's not my job to parent your child.
Primarily, you are absolutely right. It is the parents' job. But some kids ain't got parents. Some people ain't got a stable foundation.
But they do have parents. How did they get here?
Say that again.
They do have parents. How did they get here?
In their lives, active in their lives. But that mentality that it's solely their parents' job is why our community is shattered. It's the reason why. Hold on. It's the reason why the block is what it is. It's the reason why we allow certain individuals to do that we know doing certain things to flourish in our communities. It's the reason why you have the little Dirks of the world. It's the reason why you have little Tim or little JoJo mindlessly popping pills and then going on these quote unquote drills because they have nobody that really is standing up for them and standing in the gap. And I don't mean little boy in them or little girl in them, but actually being wise counsel for them, being the village that we all talk about, that we all glorify. Yes, it takes a village. If it takes a village, we got to be a village.
It does take a village, but how many times am I supposed to save my neighbor's child?
But
If my neighbor's child don't want to be saved and that parent ain't trying to save their own child, you
you
can't
can't.
wait till your child is in a courtroom facing life to want to care. You should have cared before your child got there.
I get that, but
And I used to be on my son's friends too. Like I said, like I understand it takes a village, but guess what? I was my own village. Me and my ex-husband was our village for our children.
I get that part,
You
and
can't
kudos
put
for
it
that.
always on everybody.
I kudos for how you raised your boys. I salute you for that. But if you isolate yourself to the fact that it's just me and my boys and this, that, and the third, if something was to happen, God forbid, with your boys on something that they might have done or might do, then what? Then what if other people that you might have wanted or felt like should have stood in the gap just stood around like, no, that's Anna's son, that's Miss A Block's son. They got that. They were their parents. It's deeper. It's deeper than the surface thing of yeah that the parents should are the primary forces and sources of direction and correction for their children. That's a fact. However, just like at school, just like at school, school used to be a thing where there were like the teachers were extended parents, counselors, because parents can't be there 24/7. That was
I
extended part
totally
of the
get that. But
community
what
at a
happened to the
time.
community leaders?
Huh?
What happened to the community leaders? Where's the community leaders? Where's the boys and girls clubs? Like,
Because some people have that same sentiment that it ain't me and mine. Till it, and that's the effed up part about it. A lot of people be like it ain't me and mine till it hits their door, till they become a victim of circumstances or the problems of the neighborhood. Something
I get
stolen,
it.
somebody get killed or shot, somebody get all word, somebody get, and it's sad because we used to operate differently. Yeah, crime has always existed. Yeah, there's certain things that always happen, but never to this magnitude. And I ain't even talking about because the internet is showing it. And a lot of us didn't allow certain things in our neighborhoods to happen like that. Now, if they went out of the
True.
neighborhood and did whatever, that was another story. But in our neighborhoods, we weren't going for certain shit that's like par the course these days because people feel as though it ain't mine, it ain't me, I ain't got nothing to do with that. And I blame the crack era. I blame that kind of really pushed it to that place. Because before that, it was still drugs there. Before that, it was still crime there. But the community cared about more than just their little acre or half an acre or quarter acre house or however they lived in a tenement apartment. They cared about more than just the internal dealings of their family. They cared about the external family, the extended family.
Gina.
What you say? What you say, Moon? What the hell are you talking about?
No, Phil, let me just say this, right? I
Sure.
definitely understand where you're coming from, right? We all
Mhm.
know whatever we grew up in, right? Our ever was tough. True or false?
Sure, of course.
My brother chose to live in the streets, not in the streets, meaning homeless. Like he was a street nigga, or sorry, street dude.
Mm.
Um, he died by the streets. You feel me?
Things
I
happen.
knew for my children, I didn't want that life for my children. I knew how I was raised. I didn't want certain things for my children. As parents, it's on us to make sure we change the path our children is going on from the life that we lived.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I see things. I'm not against what you're saying. I'm just saying for me, Miss A Block, my children was not going to hit the streets. I touched the streets. My children was never going to touch the streets. I want it better for my children.
As
That's
you
how we
should.
think. That's how we survive. Most mothers didn't think like that. Most fathers didn't think like that. I wanted my children to go to college. I didn't go to college. My children all went to college.
I think that we live in a time now where um, people really do need to know that investing in your children is more beneficial than you know. And I think that there's just so many external forces that we're experiencing, um, that it would behoove people to do that. I do agree with what you're saying, Phil, but I feel like people these days would rather focus on things that don't matter. And a lot of these parents
Facts.
these days have children as an accessory
Mm.
instead of, something to really be proud about.
Mm.
And a lot of times, we idealize, these like Little Dirk, for example. I mean, doesn't he have kids with what's her name? India.
I think they saying he got a few kids.
Yeah, that wasn't enough for him to stop his lifestyle. The millions of dollars wasn't enough for him. The wonderful lifestyle wasn't enough for him. Unfortunately, some people do have to be the villain. Some people do have to be the example. Some people do have to be the people that don't, always get that happy ending. And unfortunately, you can have everything given to you on a platter, but if you mentally do not understand what to do with it is important that that you're the example, unfortunately, that shows people what not to do.
That's a fact.
And the crazy thing is, I feel like a lot of times in situations, you can want the best for your kids, you really can, but sometimes the world, the streets,
Got a
the
stronger
people
hold,
will
stronger
raise
pull.
them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think both of you guys are right. I just don't know if we live in that world anymore where community is valued, because a lot of times people are weirdos and they don't really understand what love is, and they don't really
Mm-hmm.
understand that people do things not to control you, but to catapult you to a higher, place. And people take things so personally. They think that what they're doing with their kids is correct when they're putting them right back in the cycle that they come from.
You're absolutely right. And that's my whole point in this whole thing, is that the community is broken, and where do we go, where do we go from here? Do we even value community anymore? But then if we don't value community, why are we so surprised and or complaining about the shit that we see and what goes on? Because it's like, okay, if you can't have your cake and eat it too. Either we gonna get it together and galvanize and actually work together and actually better our communities, and then that way we can demand respect from other people and other powers that be. But if we not gonna do that, then how can you be outraged, or how can you speak down on the things that the youth do? It's like on the one hand you're tired and you're fed up with it, but then on the other hand you don't want to do shit about it, and then you wonder why it's happening or wonder why it's getting worse, just because maybe in your day and time it wasn't as bad or whatever the case may be. And I'm just like, there's a reason. If you look systematically at things that taken place few decades back to now, you see how things have gotten more aggressively worse. And
Well,
go ahead.
in my opinion, like, we love to fight each other before we ever help each other. We do that.
Bing.
We love to sell each other bullshit. I mean,
You be talking.
we love to sell each other dreams. We love to sell each other all these things. White people give it away for free. Even if they don't fool with each other, they still do it because they understand the conglomerate has to move forward because it's going to benefit them, their neighbor, their kids, that generation, the next generation. Unfortunately, we are such selfish individuals and we take things so personally, we don't see the bigger picture. That's why you got
Bingo.
mothers going to schools and Lexuses looking fly and their kids looking crazy. Or that's why you have people that, apparently say, other things about people in their own generation, in their own race, yet they're not willing to abide by it themselves. That's the crazy part. And because we like to sell and nickel and dime and fight and kill and crab in a bucket in the barrel, all the time, unfortunately, we are our biggest enemy and our biggest
That's
threat.
that. That's the point. Say that one more time. Say that last part one more time.
We
On.
really are our biggest enemy and our biggest threat. Because if we had the realization to actually come together and work in every single field and space and place in this universe, in the world, we wouldn't have to ask for things that we already deserve. And because we love to be praised and doted upon by white people, we'll never really be able to appreciate the greatness within our own Black people.
And you
And we do that so easily. We'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe we'll even give away what we know to white people and still sell it to Black people. For what reasons, I have no idea. Only because it comes from something deeper than that. But that
exactly.
is the reason why this crab in the bucket mentality, and that it's designed like that too. White people love it.
You basically packaged everything that I'm saying in a nice bow. Miss A Block, let me say this. I know that you are a giving, caring person. I know that. So I definitely am not anti everything you were saying. I just the same way I have to be careful with some of the shit I say. We got to understand when certain things are put in the atmosphere, it could look away or whatever the case may be. And I know Miss A Block will go to the ends of earth and back, hell and back for her babies, her sons, and that you went beyond your own physical creation to take in a beautiful young girl by the name of Bella. Shout out to Bella, and that you do care about your community. What I'm saying is we have to get out of the notion that if it doesn't exist in my household, then it means nothing because things that happen outside our house can directly knock on our door at some point. It doesn't.
But sometimes, in my opinion, people are so weird. You gotta. I saw somebody comment this before.
Mhm.
Sometimes you gotta protect your kids from other kids, and you have to protect yourself. Some people are so messed up mentally. You have to really just let them be as they are
But guess
because
what? You deal with that. If we when we was a community, we dealt with all that. Like in my neighborhood, wasn't nobody gonna get raped in my community. What they wasn't coming in our neighborhood robbing and victimizing old people. They wasn't doing all that. We wouldn't allow it. They would have got beat hell with rape. And I'm talking about in the 70s. I'm talking about the 80s and 90s. We wasn't going for that. That's the thing. We cared more than ourselves. And those of us that was